What happened to privacy in a marriage? Like we talked about, I hate to bring, we talked, like you said, Will, Jada, like transparency is cool amongst you two.
Yeah.
But transparency to the world is an entirely different situation. You don't have to be transparent with us. We're not in your marriage.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're telling your old lady, hey, man, when you suck some dick, that shit weak. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can have that conversation between y'all two. But then, don't be, you know what I'm saying, getting on social media like, yeah, man, I told my wife, man, the way she give head is trash. We had to go watch some pornos, and I had to go, show her some people that do it really well. And now she's an A1 champ at it. I don't need to know that shit, bro.
Oh. G. Let go. All my niggas riding gas tank on full. We be fresh than a bitch, or your bitch might get pulled. I ain't got time for the bull. I ain't got time for the bull. Okay, all my niggas riding gas tank on full. We be fresh than a bitch, or your bitch might get pulled. If you see us in the streets, no talking, let's go. No time for hate.
Yo, what's good, man? It's your boy Riley, aka Riley the Great. You are now tuned in to another episode of the Millennial Mayhem Podcast.
Yes, sir.
We here. As y'all know, I got my cousin with me, young Tony D. What's going on, G?
What's poppin', dog?
Chilling.
Beautiful day in Zamunda.
Beautiful day in Zamunda.
Congratulations to all the graduates. It's graduate season out here in Texas.
Yeah, and more importantly, congratulations to our little cousin Madeline. Just graduated from Prairie View.
The Prairie View.
You know what I'm saying? The best HBCU in the land.
You damn right.
Yeah. We're going to be rocking with you later on today, pouring up. We started a little pregame before we get to your party later on. So,
yes, indeed.
And we got the abominable light skin. He over here. I'm over here checking out his guns. He got the small T on today. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's going on, young Ray?
That nigga Steve is the leader of the extra medium group. I get one just so I could be a part of the team, and niggas couldn't wait to tell somebody else they got a small shirt on.
This nigga here had a pump. That nigga went to the gym this morning, had a little bit of a pump. So he walking this whole real swole, kind of like my man Henry Cavill. Remember in the first Superman when he fell off into the water and then got up and out that mug. I'm like, this nigga here looking swole to the morning. He's like, hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, bro, take the bass out your voice, bro. You still small. You just bigger than what you was.
Oh man, niggas be hating me, dog. That's what's up, man.
Hey, man. We've been gone for a little minute. Yep. But now we back in town.
Took a Gatorade break.
You know what I'm saying? Had to, man.
Now we sitting there like, how much Gatorade make?
Yeah.
Not yet, but we gonna get there.
Because I know I had to, we needed a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
Boys are, having some things happen in their lives to where they had to get, reacclimated, readjusted, and try to figure that out and see about continuing this process of us producing content. So we had to fall back a little bit, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I had to get my shit right as far as my workout regimens, because my shit kind of fell off and I was just on some bullshit, and I just had to refocus. So I needed my time away just to focus on that. Now I feel like I got a really good grasp on it.
Yeah.
Ray, started a new gig.
Yep.
A lot of studying with that he had to do. Meetings galore.
Too much stuff.
And Tony,
I
a break.
Yeah.
Oh, because you got a new job too. Yeah.
I had to do the same.
I was just gonna say, man, Tony just needed a break because I needed a break. So I had to reevaluate.
Ray's job is just newer, but once I finally got on the team, that shit, boy, kicking my ass. I'm good now. I got my stride together.
Now we back in this thing, bro. We're gonna keep it going like we did before. Ain't shit changed. Just had to take a little hiatus, a little bit of a break. But everybody gotta take a break, man. That's how you come back stronger. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why I threw that in there. It just.
Boy, you silly.
Yeah, I'm silly, but you got to turn the volume up. So
don't. Hey, you ain't had to say that, bro. You ain't had to say it because this shit ain't fuck up. So it ain't show nothing.
I'm just trying to be transparent.
I just fucked up a button, but it's all good. For those who are just listening to the So the audio, man, yeah, I just made a mistake, but it's all right. Players fuck up, man. We've been gone for a minute now. You know what I'm saying? We back around now. I gotta get back. I gotta get back into the mode of utilizing the soundboard and shit, doing all this other shit, man. So y'all bear with me with this episode we got coming back, man. But
it's supposed to be like riding a bike.
It's supposed to be. I mean, I'm back in the saddle, bro. I'm doing my thing, but I ain't. I forgot to hit the dial up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm back in the saddle.
You know what I'm saying? You know, with my sphere was sphere. Yeah, ice. I fucked that up. Sphere. You know, whatever.
Nigga trying to make PV look bad quick, dog.
I'm smart, bro. I smart.
You was smart.
I smart, bro.
You was kind.
Yeah.
You was important.
Yeah, goddamn right. R.I.P. To our, to the man Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you guys know that my man passed away in some ass, getting some ass, passed away in the ass. From that, I mean, this is the reports. I don't, you know what I'm saying, but I heard he was in that ass, and then,
what a way to go.
Yeah, if you're gonna go out, go out like that. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go out busting a, you know what I'm saying? What explode on it. But not,
shoot it in your eye.
You know what I'm saying? Then,
when I die.
but on a serious tip, before we get off into it, to his family, prayers for strength during this time.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, hey, the boy used to spit some real.
Yeah.
And that for males and females, same energy.
Yeah,
but
same energy.
Of course, only one side was upset because we already talked about this on our podcast. Women just hate accountability.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he kept the same energy for everybody. Don't call up there with no bullshit. And if you don't want nobody to talk, like, why you mad behind this nigga talking to you like that? And you got so many examples of him talking to other people the same way that was trying to bullshit him. But you think you different, you gonna call up there bullshit. Nah, he finna get in your ass too.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I don't know. I don't get it.
I mean,
I
you
don't get it.
You know, people fixate on the shit that hits them the most. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that, that drives people into a fury and, all up in arms and shit. When you start feeling some stuff like, oh, he's talking about me, now it's a problem. And hell, even on the opposite end, man, like, it's a lot of men that he was talking to when he was addressing some of these guys that would call in. He talking to, but no guy took offense to it because they're listening to it and they're like, you might have a valid, bro. Like, I'm not finna argue with you. First off, you 50-something years old. It's like a lot of like 20, 23-year-old, young people calling in. So I'm, now I'm getting the game from somebody a little bit older than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, who can be old enough to be like uncle or dad. You know what I'm saying? So when he talk, I'm gonna listen. Old man, bro. Like, and he been around the block, been married twice. You know what I'm saying? And he still advocates for marriage. That's what I be telling people, like, I don't want to listen to him. He's been married twice. What does he know? He's about to die alone, blah, 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 all this other good stuff. I'm like, and I got to explain to him, because I think we've had this conversation before. Like, if you've been married twice and divorced twice and you're still advocating for marriage, you see the benefit in marriage. But I can understand a man being in his 50s and not want to go down that road anymore after he's tried it twice. Yeah. So it only makes sense.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like he nosedive into it. It didn't work out for him, which it doesn't work out for everybody. That's male or female. But I wouldn't, in his situation, I wouldn't be so eager to jump back into it, especially with, the notoriety he's getting, the fame he's getting to a level of, of importance or significance in male media. I mean, he's where he is. Like, I mean, and when can he really like fit that type of time for just a woman now that he's in his old age? And I'd have fell back off that shit too. I did it twice, didn't work out.
It is what it is.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all about my shit, tell y'all what happened with me, and I'm gonna try to help motherfuckers that that come behind me to not make the same mistakes or apply the same dumbass principles I probably applied when I was younger, right, and see if that'll benefit the culture in the long run. So I'm with it, man.
It don't happen for everybody. you know what I'm saying, the way, like, my pops was married twice before his wife right now. You know, my pop's in his 60s. It don't happen for everybody. Like we talk about anomalies. Everybody don't get a chance to marry somebody. It just so happened my pops was friends with his wife for 20 years, you know what I'm saying? And so that was an easy situation for them to adapt into at their older age. But for everybody, it don't shit. You 50, 60, and you've been through it twice. It's like, nah, I ain't doing it. You set in your ways at 50, you know what I'm saying? Like you should still grow, but to be honest, when you 50, it's like, shit. Yeah. That's how most people are. Like, I am who I am. Shit. Right. So,
but he was still getting breezies.
Oh yeah, 100%.
High value. High value niggas get high. Get breezies.
The only thing that I kind of hated at times, or I didn't agree with, was mostly I ain't even gonna say mostly. Sometimes he just put too much sass in it.
He's zesty.
He's too much sass, but the message was very damn clear.
The message was clear. He was super zesty, and then, I mean, we said this before. He's a little effeminate. We said that on one of our podcasts before. He's effeminate, and he has a little bit of sass, like you said, a sass about him, but. Well, you got to look past that stuff. Once you look past it, then you start seeing, the message for what it is. Then you can be a little bit more receptive,
man. Because you just look at what he was saying. He was telling niggas, "Hey, man, go to work. Focus on earning your value as a man. Focus on that. Focus on that. Focus on that." And telling women, "Hey, man, look, this is what high value niggas is looking for. If you don't fit the mold, like." It's gonna be hard for you to find that dude. Mm-hmm. That's it, and that's the truth. Shit, like can't nobody argue against the fact. Like if you're a high value, like go look at every just NBA player. There's somebody that you can see, that you recognize, and you know they got money. Go look at all their wives, and then go look at basically what he said. Go look at yourself in the mirror. Now, do you look like them? If you're not, then chances are if you getting a high value man is slim. And shit, we can just start at $100,000. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a certain threshold he would talk about too. Like it ain't a lot of niggas out here making $100,000. Right, like you think. Yeah. This is wild, man, to see how people like didn't want to receive a message because how it came. Like in reality, we know he only got like that in a few instances. Like overly, his message was still the same. He was still consistent through everybody that he talked to. The message stayed the same. Sometimes he got off the rails because some people would get off the rails too. I mean, don't call up their bullshit, trying to bullshit somebody. He'll peep that shit out. Like
he get on your level. He just get to your level. That's the thing that I admire the most about, or admired the most about him, and what most women, kill niggas for. Like, Jen was like killing you, all that shit. You sad your daddy died. That's that most women kill niggas for. Is that Kevin? He was like, he had his opinion and he was strong in it. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell through the conversations. And I heard a quote this week. It was like, people admire you through your strengths, but they connect with you through your weaknesses. And he was very like open about, the things that he went through, his divorce and all the other shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so he kept that, and that's why people like really fuck with him. People wonder why he went viral or why he was constantly going viral, is because that's how niggas connect. Niggas really connect with that shit, but their emotions just cause them to process it a little different, or they just didn't get the complete fucking conversation and took that little bit and ran.
You're not listening to him for context. You're listening to him for, for the shock
value. Yeah.
It's not for context. Like for guys, and I had some conversations with some of my friends about it. They were coming, telling me that I'm, Kevin Simmons' ambassador, and I told them, I was like, I didn't listen to him for what he was saying to women, because I don't give a fuck about what he's saying to them.
How that gonna help me?
That don't help me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I have my own reservations about type of women. Before I got with my girl, I had my own reservations about the type of women I dated. I didn't necessarily want a woman with kids. You know what I'm saying? No knock on women with kids. That's just, that was not my preference. And I'm not ashamed of saying that I've maintained my, level of standards when it comes to that. So him talking to them, ain't helped me because I'm gonna be me regardless, and I attract who I attract anyway. But the things that did resonate with me was the things that he was saying to men. You know, telling niggas that, you know, we got to be on top of your stuff. Like, make it to where you good and keep improving. Keep putting your foot on society in regards to marking your territory and making sure that everybody values you. Not only women value you, but the whole society values you and what you provide to society. You know what I'm saying? Because the women gonna come if you just put the work in.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna come, and then when you find your good woman, you take care of her and marry her. That's the big thing. Marry her,
and man,
marry her.
You said it earlier, but bro, he was a true big advocate of black men and black women getting married. He was a big advocate of that, and I think that always got lost in the sauce with all the clips and everything. He was always an advocate of that, man. Because I hate how that shit gets lost like that.
I mean, because he always bring it up. He brings it up from an economic standpoint. Like two incomes are always better than one. Yep. I don't give a fuck if one is 150 and the other one is 50, or one is 170 and the other one is 30. What my income can't cover. Even though my income, I mean, having that high income, it can probably cover a lot of stuff, but that additional income is still beneficial because it can go to something.
Mm-hmm.
And that it can go to something to the benefit of the family. You don't have to just go to nails and get your nails done, keep your hair did. It can actually go to something that can be beneficial for the family. And, you know, he's always talking about retirement and you know, combining resources and things of that nature. And like with inflation and how things are moving right now, it will behoove a lot of people to start looking at, you know, potential partners for the long run, because you're going to need somebody, man. Not even just from a companionship type standpoint. You're going to probably need somebody financially. Mm-hmm. And you got to work, you know, get into these situations, get into these marriages. And I'm not married, but I'm just looking at it from that standpoint. You get into these situations and you start looking at the long term. Yeah. Because ain't nobody finna stop working. Women are brilliant. We know our women are brilliant. We know they are super educated. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. So if you're not going to stop, then get with somebody that you know, that you can combine those resources with, and make sure you guys are good for the duration of your lives. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Kids included. That's it. Yeah. And, you know, I'm not married. I'm not even going to talk like that, but I want to be. And I'm going to get there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He's about to propose right now, huh?
You know what I'm saying? I'm an advocate for marriage. I'm with it, man. You know what I'm saying? I want that shit to happen for me, and I want it to happen for my partners. Yeah. And I'm happy it's already happened to a lot of the friends that I already have. Yeah. But, you know, I just know, just looking from the outside looking in, I know that aspect of it is something that I take pride in actually understanding and researching, like the economics of it all, the monetary standpoint of it all. You know what I'm saying? Making sure money is coming in, making sure money is going to where we need it to go, and making sure money is making us money.
Yep,
that's it.
I'm with it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
So we talking about let's dive into this thing, because we talking about Well, we talking about being too transparent today. and one thing, you know, I think that society like looked at Kevin and probably thought that he was being too transparent, right? And then we look at like some of the other examples in society, DJ Envy and his wife. You know what I'm saying? Will and Jada. You know what I'm saying? Just how we process like social media. What's up?
Let me say this, bro. Boy, I'd be damned if my wife get on TV, on public platform, and say, shit, nigga, I ain't come for like, 10 years or some shit like that. Boy, that's too much information, baby. I understand being transparent, but god damn.
But y'all
also, that's wild.
That's wild. But you, like, after thinking about it and seeing how long they've been together, I think they met when they were like 15.
Yeah,
and they were fucking at 15. Like, who really knows how to fuck at 15? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, y'all, they probably broke each other's virginity and all the rest of that shit. And
early years, yeah, I get early years, I get. But I think around the time of, you know, that say by 2021, I think we all kind of start finding
yourself.
groove,
Yeah, finding
you know
your groove.
what I'm saying? And I'm like,
finding your movement.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But goddamn, I think some stuff is just too transparent. But my bad, bro.
I lost where I was setting
my
up,
fault.
but we talking about being too transparent, and
Yeah.
that's one of the aspects of what we was talking about. So
I mean, and people try to mask it, like the transparency thing, by saying that, you know, my story can help somebody else. But at the same time, like you just said, you know, what happened to, and they're married, what happened to privacy in a marriage? Like we talked about, you know, I hate to bring, man, we talked, like you said, Will, Jada, like transparency is cool amongst you two.
Yeah.
But transparency to the world is an entirely different situation. You don't have to be transparent with us. We're not in your marriage.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you're telling your old lady, hey, man, when you suck some dick, that shit weak. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can have that conversation between y'all two. But then, but don't be, you know what I'm saying, getting on social media like, yeah, man, I told my wife, man, the way she give head is trash. We had to go watch some pornos, and I had to go, you know, show her some people that do it really well, and now she's an A1 champ at it. I don't need to know that shit, bro.
What's the other guy's name? Derek Jackson. Being transparent. Oh man, look, I done cheated on my wife and all of this and all of that. Like, fam, whoa. You put yourself on a public platform. You don't have to be as transparent. Just say, hey man, we're going through some shit and go back, because we seen how his wife looked. She was looking like, bro, I'm fucking embarrassed. And I think that's the cutoff point with being too transparent. Like, if you're gonna be embarrassed if you think you're gonna be embarrassed behind anything that you said or that you've given out to the world, then don't say it.
And I feel y'all. I definitely feel y'all on that aspect, but I want to push back a little bit, because we all are here for each other, right? All of our experiences that we go through, in some way or another, help us and possibly help somebody next to us, right? So but I feel you on that. When it's the world is different, and Tony, you said it, like the thing with transparency, the cutoff is embarrassment, right? We don't know necessarily how DJ Envy and his wife, if they were embarrassed or whatever, right? They have those conversations within each other, and maybe they were comfortable enough to, at the time that they put that information out, they were comfortable enough to help somebody. Like, here, let me help you. Somebody may be going through this, blah, 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 blah.
But how's it help though? How does it help by saying that?
So you said something about like giving head, right? You was like, I told my wife it was trash, blah, 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 blah. And then we went and watched some pornos, and now she's A1. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, as somebody who may not, I might be a young nigga, you know what I'm saying, going through the same situation, but I don't know how to tell my wife or my girlfriend, whoever at the time, hey, you trash at giving head. You telling your story might help me be able to deal with it there. You know what I'm saying?
And I understand that, but we're talking about transparency, right? So I can have a conversation with a young man and say, you know, there were some difficulties between me and my wife in regards to sex, and we got through them by actually talking to each other about it. I can be really vague about my situation. I don't have to be specific to what actually happened between me and my wife and what we were going through.
See, that's the cutoff with transparency. Then there's levels to being transparent.
It's levels to it, yeah.
Okay.
But
Absolutely.
you do not have to be specific.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to say that, well, you know, she moved her leg this way, and I really like her leg to go that way.
Yeah.
Like, what significance is that given, you know, relinquishing that information doing for anybody? Just say, hey, listen, I've been there. We've had our discussions about it. The thing about a relationship is that you have to be honest, not only with yourself, but with your partner.
Yep. Very true.
That's big, because when I was looking through transparency and, like, you know, actually like thinking about it, like, is it possible to be too transparent, and what aspects you would be being too transparent? And I was thinking about transparency, and I'm like, well, I want my boss to be transparent with me. I want my people to be transparent with me. But then that's why I say it's levels. When you said that, it made sense, because it's like transparency to me just means you being authentic, basically. You know what I'm saying? You walking in who you are, pretty much. But the level of your transparency. I mean, because some niggas just ain't got no filter.
Yeah, and
that's right.
And it comes back and bites people in the ass. Like it does. Like people be out there, well, I ain't got no filter. That ain't nothing to gloat about.
Yeah.
But
you don't feel that filter till you embarrassed.
Until you embarrassed, or it's blocking you from an opportunity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the crazy shit. Like, bro, no, that's not the way to go.
Yeah. This is the thing I hate about. This is the thing I really hate about this. You know. People will say stuff like that, like they don't have a filter or anything like that. But then get on social media and give you a 40-page soliloquy about some bullshit, and then say, "Don't argue with your mama, not in my comments or some shit."
Yeah.
Like you put this opinion out. For what purpose? It's called social media. Yeah. You put the opinion out, and you expect nobody to get on this public platform and challenge your train of thought. You know what I'm saying? Why put it in a fucking journal or put it in a fucking diary? If you don't want nobody to say nothing about it, why the fuck are you putting it on here? I personally, I put shit on Facebook to get an opinion from people. Yep. That is my reason for doing it.
He don't even agree with half the shit.
You know what I'm saying? I do it to get an opinion.
Which be so funny because niggas start attacking Steve, and I be like, bro, if y'all only knew this,
that nigga don't agree with that shit.
That's not my thing. But that's the reason why that's my reasoning for putting it on a platform like Facebook or IG. I want to hear multiple opinions on it.
Right.
So, and I think that would be the only reason for anybody to put anything on social media. You put like nice pictures of yourself or anything. You want the adoration. You know what I'm saying? If you think you look good or like I put before after pictures of me being 280 and then, you know what I'm saying, 225. I low key wanted everybody. First, I wanted to motivate some people. Hey, it can be done. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And also, I wanted people to see that this is an accomplishment for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't get why folks do that shit. Like, put that shit out there and then be like, nah, don't challenge me.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Because niggas literally be taking that keeping it real shit to a whole nother level. Like
Dave Chappelle said,
yeah,
I keeps it real.
When keeping it real goes wrong, nigga, and you getting on a nigga post being like, you fat, like, you gotta have a filter, like, you know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying, but especially if that's not your partner, like, we could tell, you could call me skinny, you know what I'm saying, a thin nigga, I could call you fat all we want to, you know what I'm saying? But we have a relationship, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that kind of stuff is understood, but you can't do that with no regular ass nigga. And that's one thing that I had to learn, like, all right, right, you could be transparent, but you got to have a filter, nigga, because different situations call for different things. And I'm like, well, shit, what I'm doing wrong? I'm just keeping it real with the bitch ass nigga. Like, why you mad at me? But I had to think, like, okay, that's, all right, that makes sense.
And then you know, a thing about being too transparent is people will try to use shit against you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the situation you gave a little earlier, hey, man, I had to tell my wife, you know, she wasn't sucking good. You know what I'm saying? Just say
it sounds funny.
Yeah, it does. But let's just say, you know, another woman heard that, or another woman found that out. She gonna use that shit against you, or to try to, you know, finagle her way into the mix. You know what I'm saying? So like, you can't always be that goddamn transparent with everything, man. Like, some stuff just ain't for the world to know. This is plain and simple. Some stuff just ain't for the world to know. You gotta keep some shit right here.
So, yeah, you gotta kind of keep it close to the vest. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I was just gonna ask. You know, so how do you? I guess how do you draw that line between like being transparent and oversharing? Like, where do you draw? How do you draw that? I mean, you talked about embarrassment, but
I think when you ashamed of something, I don't think you should share it. Not until you have fully grown and you're okay with the backlash that may come from it. Like, there are certain things in my life that are just shit. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna share that because I ain't over it yet, and I think that's for everybody. Like, there is some stuff that, you know, that may have happened with you. some stuff that may have happened with you that you just don't feel comfortable sharing.
Right.
And then there's certain stuff that you just that's private.
Yeah.
But then,
And I'm okay with sharing it with you and with you because y'all are in my circle. But for everybody else,
there you go.
Yeah.
no,
That's what
that
I was
ain't
trying
for
to get you.
everybody.
Yeah.
Like there's some there's like y'all said, man. There's levels to transparency, but when it starts talking about public, if it can be used against me, I'm probably not gonna say nothing about it.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel. Like when social media first came out, y'all know they was telling you, hey man, stop talking, XYZ on social media, jobs or researching that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Now I know I need to back out and stop saying certain things or stop. Oh, I ain't got no filter. Yeah, no, you gotta have a filter. You can't be that transparent about how you feel on certain things.
So you better find one.
You better find one because if you don't, your ass gonna be jobless.
Yeah. I mean, you just gotta determine. You gotta be mindful of what comes out your mouth. Like, even for us, like on this podcast, man, like we keep it a buck, but it's still some things that we choose not to disclose. Absolutely. Here. There have been some moments where we've edited our videos and in our episodes because there's some things that we don't think everybody needs to hear.
Right.
And that's just discernment, you know what I'm saying? And actually listening to yourself and like, hey, do I want people to know all of this about me?
That's the word.
Probably not.
And bro, it might not even be that you don't want people to know it about you because you don't want them to know it about you. It's a lot of times they not ready. Like most people not ready to hear some of the stuff because we just judgmental naturally. So it's like, if I tell you this, then I already know all you're going to do is judge me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why am I even, but it's that fine line because some people, that's where the struggle come. And you use the word discernment, which is perfect because that's where the struggle comes is because like you trying to operate in this relationship with somebody and you trying to keep it a buck with them. You trying to be truthful with them. But at the same time, you also trying to protect your own whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do I tell you? What don't I tell you? I don't want to not tell you something because I want you to trust me because in my opinion, being transparent and trust they run hand in hand. Like if you my boss and you come tell me you want something done and then I ask you why you want it done and you just like, well, I just want you to do it, you know what I'm saying? Or because I asked you to do it, it's like, nah, I don't trust you. Because you know what I'm saying? You could be asking me to do it for a different reason than what I may perceive as what's right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why I see why people like struggle with that when your emotions get involved. Niggas just get on Facebook and just get to typing. You know what I'm saying? Drinking, having, you know what I'm saying, shit to accelerate your emotions. You just get to typing sometimes. You know,
just saying shit.
And then you come back like you said and bite you in the ass real quick.
You touched on something about trust. I think us as millennials, because of transparency and how it fluctuates, how it has fluctuated due to, in my opinion, due to access to information, like certain celebrities, they cannot be transparent or they can't hold some stuff private because all their public information is out there. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that's more of a reason why a lot of millennials have trust issues? Because I can tell you, like, we can go background search everybody. That's crazy. There are apps that will background search the person that you want to date, and you done met them, and they like, oh, well, yeah, I like this, this, and this, and this. Oh, well, shit, nigga, I just read your goddamn jail record, and you done did this, this, and this, which is completely opposite of what you're trying to tell me. Do you think that's a huge reason?
I just think people have trust issues because they see things on social media that's happening to other folks and then apply it to their own worlds. When it doesn't necessarily apply, if that makes sense.
Yeah. If it don't apply, let it fly. But everybody be trying to say, oh, well, because it happened to XYZ, it could happen to me, and it ain't happening to you because you ain't even in that life.
Right. And I'll give you a prime example. I'm a prime example. And you guys, I've had conversations with you guys. I know it was a moment in my life where I was hearing all these horror stories about marriage. And remember, I would come to you guys and I'm seeing this shit on social media, like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been this and that, or, you know, divorces and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, why would I even want to be part of this if this is a possibility? And I think you came to me and was like, man, hey, those are exceptions. You know what I'm saying? That's not the rule. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it's healthy,
it works.
It'll work.
It works, yeah.
So don't use these examples as a means to, you know, create your own narrative on it, or a negative narrative about it. And I had to sit back and look, and I'm like, I can't do that. I can't. I have to look at this from a glass half full standpoint, not a half empty thing. Of course, there are things that can come about, negative things that can come about from a marriage, whether it's divorce, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But there are so many blessings. And when I'm talking to men about it, there are just so many blessings that comes along with it, to where that can outweigh any other shit involved with marriage. So, you know, I had my moments, you know what I'm saying? I'm watching too much in social media. And you told me, you was like, Steve, you need to get the fuck off of social media, because you're doing too much and you're reading too much into these stories that don't even apply to really nothing like any normal shit. You know what I'm saying? So
the main thing I was trying to tell you, like, bro, we have like real life examples that are close to us about marriage. And even if I don't even use my parents, we still have other friends, other family members, you know, that we just see and we can reach out to them. Like reading these other little BS, you know, people trying to be transparent. Oh, this is what my husband did. This is what my wife did. You know, all this other bullshit that happens on social media. Like, hold on. All the time, that's not real. Like, that ain't just, you know, a real thing. That's an anomaly. And what do we say? We don't talk about anomalies. Anomalies are just anomalies. It may happen, it may not. There's a greater chance that it may not happen. And that's the only thing I was trying to tell you. Like, hey, hold on. Let's pull back, fam. We know too many people that's married that, you know, don't even get close to some type of BS like that.
See, and that's that. But and again, that's one reason that I push back a little bit on the idea of being too transparent. And I think that too transparent may be like it's communicated it wrong, because, like I said, transparency and honesty, from our authenticity, honesty, all that shit runs hand in hand for me. So, like y'all said, or this is my observation. Maybe it's not being too transparent. Maybe you're just not being transparent the right way. You know what I'm saying? Because too transparent for me, if you translate, might mean you being too honest, and there's no reason, or too authentic. And there's no way you can be to that. So maybe we just doing it the wrong way, because on social media, man, most of the time when you get on them diatribes, it's all negative shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my husband did this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. But what she failed to realize is she not communicating to other people. Because are you really being too transparent? Because you're not telling me what you did in the situation, right? Because, the old cliche, it takes two, right? If it takes two, then he did something for sure, but you did something too. So are you being too transparent, or are you just not being transparent the right way? Because being transparent would be to pull both of them together, and this is why it happened. Not because he cheated on you, not because of this. Yeah, he probably did that, but what did you do too? And you're not communicating that. So that's why I'm like, not too transparent. You just not doing it the right way. I don't know, you got like a ulterior motive behind it to make yourself feel better.
Stay off social media. You know what I'm saying? If you're going through some shit with your old lady or your old man, just stay off social media.
Let's just get away from like
relationships.
Marriage,
yeah.
It's not even that. It's just like
situations.
Certain things, man. People just shouldn't know about you. Like, keep some stuff private, and then, because you know what ends up happening, man. Somebody will say, "Oh, well, I did this, and this, and this," and then get mad that everybody knows their business.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you shouldn't have told them. You got on this social media, told everybody your business. What you think gonna happen? People are gonna have an opinion, and people are gonna talk. That's the way of the world. That's the way how social media works. Like, if you don't want people to know, don't say nothing.
Yeah, but again, it's the Kevin thing. It's like you take the transparency for what you took it for, right? That the one video that you posted with him, you know what I'm saying, like talking to the guy or whatever, or telling whatever he was telling them. You know what I'm saying? Like, people took what he was saying in that one little clip. They didn't take the whole video or the whole conversation and took the transparency from that. They took his transparency from that 30-second clip and thought that that's what he was saying. It's like, nah, you got to get the full, you know what I'm saying, thing to figure out how he was trying to be transparent. You know what I'm saying?
No, let me ask y'all. Let me ask y'all this. We were talking about, you know, oversharing or being too transparent. And I'm gonna bring it back to relationships because that's, you know, it is what it is. Has there ever been a moment, and I'm quite sure it has, but I gotta ask you guys about it because I want you guys to elaborate on this. Has there ever been a moment where you didn't want to be transparent with your partner? Is it a moment where you like, I can't overshare too much of this with your girl? Yeah.
Everybody has those moments, I think.
And like Ray said, at the time, you gotta, man, I'm glad my head was on right because she wasn't gonna be able to receive it. That was I was like, I can't be straight up with you right now because you're not gonna receive it in the way, like, you too far gone right now. You're not gonna receive what I'm saying because ain't nothing there. But you already have some preconceived notion. I gotta wait till you kind of mature a little bit, and then you'd understand. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate that it happened that way, because like I'm like, man, I want to keep it 1,000, like all the way 1,000, but I can't, because if I tell you, you ain't gonna do nothing but flip, and you're not gonna hear me. You're not gonna understand what I'm saying. You're just gonna say, oh, it ain't what I wanted to hear, so balls to the wall, like, nigga, we done. You know, type shit.
Because in communication, it's not what the fuck I'm saying. It's how you take it, man. And
right.
If you're not even ready to receive it, how I think you're going to take it, you're going to take it right.
Yeah.
Damn. That's eesh.
So flip it. I'll flip it. When your girl hits you with something where she was too transparent, how
my chest.
Because and you know, we
it hurt.
Tony, you my boy, and I've been there from the beginning.
Yeah.
And there have been moments when transparency was, even for me,
a little too much.
It kind of hurt. Yeah. It kind of hit me tough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In regards to transparency. So, you know, from them situations, like, you learn from them, right? But do you still, like, go that deep? I mean, that deep with being honest.
Yeah.
You still go that deep with, because,
man, look, I ain't gonna say you go that deep with being honest, but you kind of learn. Okay, you kind of learn how to communicate it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, and I know I can keep it very transparent with this. Like, she told me, like, we fresh out of college. She was like, you're not on your shit. And I'm like, nigga, I'm a president of an organization. I'm in college. I'm working a job. Like, nigga, I got 12 hours that I'm looking after in school. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You're doing way better than us.
Way better. I was a piece of shit then. I'm glad she didn't say nothing to me.
But you know how that shit made me feel. Because I told, like, man, that's some bullshit. And, like, we had a whole little bout about that, because it was some stuff that I had said back to her that kind of hurt her feelings. But now, you know, we know how to communicate that. You know what I'm saying? But you don't really know. Like, sometimes all it takes is one time for you to be too transparent or overshare or be too blunt about what you're saying. And then you kind of figure out the communication and how you need to do it.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. It's a combination of all the three. Is, you know, oversharing, transparency, bluntness, honest. You know what I'm saying? Brutally honest. Like you got to decipher, bro. Like which one?
How you gonna communicate?
Yeah, how you gonna finesse?
How you gonna do this?
I mean, it was with your woman, because we all men, bro. With your woman, you gonna have to finesse some things. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be like, hey, listen. you doing this shit like this, I don't like it. You got to do this shit like this. There got to be some level of decorum when it comes to how you approach your old lady.
That is true.
And coming back to Kevin Samuels, the women he was talking them not his old ladies. You know what I'm saying? So he talking to them like other adults on the, you know what I'm saying, like around the way.
Yeah.
So we can't hold Kevin Samuels to that same level of communication when it's his show and he's talking to other adults that he don't know.
Right.
He just met these people 2 seconds ago and y'all want him to, you know what I'm saying? Nah, he gonna do it how he do it. But, for us, man, like especially when addressing your woman, man, and I know I have like a bit of a not necessarily an issue, but I can be straightforward and forthcoming. Not try to be an asshole, but it comes
straddles the fence.
It comes a certain way. Even with my partners, it comes a certain. But my intentions are not to be an asshole. It's just I'm just a straight shooter, dude, and I'm not trying to, trying to, hurt nobody's feelings or whatever, anything. It's just, hey, you did this. This didn't work. You should do it. I mean, there's another way to do this.
Right.
I think that's how I am, but that's how it comes out. It might be some more words with it, but that's how it comes out. So it's some things I know I gotta get my shit. Gotta get my shit straight.
Let me ask y'all this. So stirring up the pot a little bit. We obviously men and women react differently to, being transparent to somebody else being transparent to them. How do you think that men and women are different in their response to someone being transparent? Because I when I think that maybe it's because of our relationship as man to man, you know what I'm saying? We roast each other all the time. Yeah. So do you think that has a reason to do with why we respond differently to because the way you probably took it, and correct me if I'm wrong, the way you probably took it when it was said to you that, you know what I'm saying, you're not on your shit, the way you probably took it was, oh, I'm not on my shit. Let me show you how much I am on my shit. And that maybe pushed you to fix it, right? And on the flip side of that, somebody saying that to a woman, you know what I'm saying, do you think that, I'm sure it's possible that she could use that, right? But do you think that generally speaking, it's the inverse of that?
It just depends. To me, men and women got egos, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Big ass egos. I hate when women be like, nah, I don't have to. Nigga, yeah, you do. Nigga hit you where it hurt. Nigga, that's your ego. That's your pride talking. You know what I'm saying? So when she told me that, I'm quite sure there's other places where I can hit her. Not on that specific situation, but I know I can hurt her ego with saying certain things. So with that, it's a toss up, bro. You can't really say oh, well, they may take it this way. You never know, because a nigga probably could have took what was said to me in a whole completely different way. I was pissed off when she said it because I'm like, nigga, I am on my shit. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, oh, I gotta go harder. No, nigga, I am on my shit. I was already going hard before you said this shit. I wasn't worried about what you were saying. Nigga, I was on my shit because this is what I wanted. They had nothing to do with what you saying.
Yeah.
But another nigga may have been like, damn, I guess I got to go find something else to do. And now your ass working 2 jobs, going to school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It just depends on the person.
Yeah.
How much of that pride is damaged, how much of that ego just took a hit. That's all. That's how I see it.
Man, hey, fuck that ego. My ego it's gonna be bigger than hers. Oh, man. And people be listening to Beyonce too much. You got a big ego? Nah, bro, your ego small. Chill out, man. Chill out. Don't combat my ego with your ego, G. Know what I'm saying? That's not a competition of egos, bro.
Right.
Nah, not between me and my woman. Nah, we're not combating that. We're gonna combat some other stuff, but not egos.
Not that.
Kick rocks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Tony D.
Yes, sir.
What you want to leave the people with today, man?
In the words of the late Pimp C, as it relates to Kevin Samuel, don't nobody like medicine. It don't taste good. I think it's calling up there and, saying all of this and what you want and what you do. And he give you a remedy or a solution. You don't like it because nobody likes medicine.
No.
It don't taste good.
It don't.
As it relates to transparency, if you think that what you're saying can come back on you in any negative way and you can't combat it back, close your mouth. Shut up. Try to keep it near and dear to you. Stay private. That's it.
Okay. What about you, Ray?
I'm gonna take the Tony route as it as it pertains to Kevin Samuels. Listen, baby, you ain't sucking good enough. A great poet said that earlier in the podcast. But no, as it pertains to transparency, man, I just feel like you need to first establish who your people are and who really and truly got your back, and then that will help you in your road to figuring out what's, not being transparent and what's being too transparent. You can't be too transparent with your people because they got your back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you're a team, you put heads together, obviously working towards the same goal, which is you being better, then you being transparent with them can't help you but be better. But you being transparent with every Tom, Dick, and Harry might put you in a bad place or a bad position in life. So figure out who your people are, man, and rock with them.
Indeed. Marco Spoon Jr.
Stacey over there getting on your ass.
What I'm gonna say is, this is what I'm gonna say. First off, let me point out that, for those that are watching on YouTube, let me point out that ever since I've been wearing my 2 chains, my boys been wearing their chains too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trendsetter on the podcast.
Oh,
y'all
God.
Welcome. Y'all welcome.
You didn't even start it.
They look nice on y'all, bro. Ever since I started doing my thing with the chains, boys want to start wearing they you know what I'm saying? Even though, our little rope joints, you know what I'm saying? So
I ain't gonna be
y'all welcome.
I ain't gonna be too transparent because you said we look nice with it. So whatever.
I mean, y'all do y'all thing with it.
It's not my time to say that.
No hating. No hating. No, you clean. You fresh to death, bro. You fresh. That boy Tony D fresh to death. You know what I'm saying?
All right, dog.
Yeah. All right. And we pulled up on we tried something different this week. Woodinville whiskey. We try to sip a little something every other episode or so. But yeah, we try something different. What's your opinions on that, Tony? Is it all right? I mean, I feel like it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So yeah, y'all can go check that out too. We just gonna plug it just cause. But well, for me, as it pertains to this episode and the topic, for you mofos that are overly want to overshare on social media, if you don't want nobody commenting, turn the fucking comments off.
Simple.
Because I get tired of people saying that don't come on my page. It's your page on a social
platform.
Social
public
platform, motherfucker. That means I can't change your descript or your bio. But if you post something to a social platform, I can discuss that. Yep. I can screenshot it. You know what? It's not yours no more. It's socials. You know what I'm saying? I can take that shit. I can put your name. I can screenshot that shit. Put your name on something. Like just the other day, I made a post about Kevin Samuels and shout out to Roundtable. They took my post and they posted it to their platform. I don't care. I put it out there because I have no shame in what I said. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't, do your thing. So if you're gonna put shit out, then be ready to be challenged on your thought process and how you feel about it and be able to back up everything that you're saying in your post. If you ain't smart enough to back up your shit and you just saying some shit for likes or people to love to give you show you love, then stay the fuck off social media, bro. Because a nigga like me is gonna challenge you, especially if it's something stupid. And I'm just being square business straight up. If the shit sound dumb, I'm going to challenge you on it. And if you can back it up and I learn something from it, I'm with it. But if you dumb, You dumb.
You're dumb.
You stupid.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where we at, bro. But, you know, like, the whole thing about it, man, the whole thing about social media, and I don't want to go on no tangent, but I'm just saying, bro. Whole thing about social media, bro. Like, y'all know me, bro. Y'all know me. And I ain't gonna go this far, bro.
We good. Come on.
What? Oh, no, you looking at me crazy. Like,
Because we looked at each other like, he there already. What are you talking about?
My bad. But, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Go off.
we want to, you know, I want to get on there. I want to learn something, bro. I'll learn something from some people. And I follow some smart motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when I get something from somebody, hey, I'll digest it. And if it combats what I'm saying and it makes sense, then, hey, I'll take it. Hey, man, I'm wrong. You right.
Move on.
I bow out.
Yeah.
But I ain't finna sit there and be like, this is my post. Don't comment on it, you know what I'm saying, if you don't agree. That's basically what you're saying. Don't comment if you don't agree. Shut your ass up.
Y'all done got Steve Spoon in his bag.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, this concludes another episode of the Millennial Mayhem Podcast.
Yes, sir. Like, subscribe.
Don't forget, yes.
Comment.
Like, subscribe, comment. Don't forget to add us on IG. The IG is Millennial Mayhem HOU. And the HOU stands for
H-time.
You know what I'm
Stay
saying?
Yeah. This it? This what we at today?
Yeah, we top dropping out here, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
We're gonna holler at y'all later, man.
Yeah. Tony took a dance break.
I ain't got time for the book. Okay, all my niggas riding gas tank on full. We be fresh than a bitch. Yeah, your bitch might get bored. If you see us in the streets, no talking, let's go. No time for hating. I ain't got time for the bull. I ain't got